Video game collecting. What is it to you? Because apparently to me, it's all about collecting the same game 5 times and still wanting more. Video game collecting is never gonna stop. Whether it's gonna be buying multiples of consoles that you already own, or if it ends up buying things that you're just like, why did I buy this? Video game collecting is what separates the rare breed from regular human beings. Video game collecting isn't just about what you can get your hands on or what you got your hands on, but what you don't have your hands on. Crazy little gimmicks like this that turn video game collecting on its head, completely upside down, and blurs the line between a hobby, obsession, and just plain insanity. To get a copy of Gex 3 on a Super Multi-Game 99,999 and one new generation E99,999, I put too many nines in there. Is it really a hobby? Video game collecting, is it really a hobby? Or is it something that's totally taken over our lives? Now what I mean by that, it kind of consumes you. Once the sickness takes over, you buy nothing but what you want to play. And yes, I got nothing but a bunch of Japanese games. You know why? Because the hobby took my life over. I no longer need to read any of the games that I play. As long as I own the games that I want to play and they're easily accessible and they're cheap, I got them. That's why I got a bunch of Japanese copies. I am not a Nintendo fanboy, alright? I'm not a Nintendo fanboy. You know what? That's the kind of thing that you say, and then somehow you end up being a closeted Wii U owner.
Laughing time is over.
The thing about video game collecting is that everybody's different. You can go over to your friend's house, they'll show you a game, they'll be like, hey, they'll pop out with something awesome like Super Mario Advance. And you go like, I've got dogs. Yeah. You take the chances of buying a good game, buying a bad game, and then you run the chances of buying something completely fake, like this 108-in-1 only for Advance Good 03A that claims to have Contra for Game Boy Advance, Super Mario Bros. Advance, which I am popping in, which I have right here, which I actually have right here, but it doesn't have the Super Mario Advance. It has it has a dip. What is this? What even is this? It's a crazy world out here, and I know it because eventually you end up owning about 5 copies of the same game and wanting more. Video game collecting to me is just playing the games that I enjoy. Playing things that I've never played before. Just taking a chance, taking an experience. And even though sometimes the experiences may be bad, or I may waste a couple of bucks here and there, it's well worth the thrill of finding that one hidden gem, that diamond in the rough. That one game that makes you say, I cannot believe I have not heard of this before. It's still possible to find video games that no one has ever heard of, or to find a game that you haven't heard of or never had any experience with. The beauty of video game collecting is that it's never going to end. And I hope we can continue to grow the gaming community. It's already changed up a lot to where being a gaming nerd isn't even a bad thing anymore. Nerd culture, gaming culture is now the norm. Video game collecting to me is being yourself, having fun, and being able to experience all this stuff with a wide variety of people that might have different opinions but also share some kind of sentiment towards whatever game you're playing. To me, video game collecting is life. To me, video game collecting is socializing. To me, video game collecting is the norm.